Now we have this. Now the next thing we are going to do is to attach the second wire on top. So what are we going to do with this? Let's see. Now, as usual, I put my net, and I'm also going to tie to create a shape with it. So this is what I'm able to get after tying it. Remember what I told you, that the more tighter it becomes, the more the shape changes. Now I will position it on top of this hat to give me the shape you're looking at now. And I'm going to be working with my needle and thread. So now the first thing I'm going to do is to first of all use my needle and hold it firm. Remember, it's ordinary tying that I tied it. Just go ahead and sew it very well. So after holding it, you now go down there and position it again on top of the fascinator hat, and then you begin to sew again. Even though you are going to add gum, it's always important that you hold it down a little bit with your thread or whatever you are using. So now I've been able to do this. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to support it with gum. So now, this is where we are. The next thing we're going to do is to design the fascinator. So the first thing, I'm going to still use this, my bling, the big one, and then go around with my gum, and then I'm going to put one on top to cover it up first before I can do any other thing. Now I'm going to use this feather. Remember I said I'm going to show you how I'm able to get this. I also use this to achieve it. So I'm going to actually show you how this was achieved. This one is one I did. First of all, I'm going to cut it. This is actually a floral wire, the one the cake people normally use whenever they want to make sugar flowers. So I will now I collected one of it to make these feathers with the feather I'm having already, because I don't buy a different feather already. So I had to use the feather I already have to do this. So the first thing I'm going to do is to apply the feather before I seal it up. So you can see I left something as I was cutting it so that I'll be able to go around the hair, that place where I have the knot, before I will gum it. So I'm now trying to, because the wire is actually flexible, you will be able to achieve this. Okay, so I have now attached it. The next thing I'm going to do now is to gum it. So I'll now use my E6000 and then go ahead and hold it down together with that knot that was formed after tying it. So now, after that, I will then put the bling on top. So I just go and now apply. Just trying to apply gums on the bling. So after this, I will now take one more. Apply a little gum on it to use and hold the top part of the whole thing. Now you can see we're almost done. So now we have this. We have to let it to dry. Then after that, I will now take my small beads, because it's all better food. So you can use this. This is what I'm putting now. Okay, it's also in tailor shop. Now apply a little of it, a little gum, and then put there. Just like that. Just very little, must not be too much. And just like that, and you're good to go. So you can see, isn't this beautiful? So the next thing we're going to do is to finish up on the inside. I'm going to show you how you can actually, work on this part so that it will not look rough. Okay, so now we're going to use this to do our trimming. Actually, what I did here was this thing actually came in small, tiny ropes. So actually it came like this, the rope. So what I did was to cut equal sizes of rope and then apply gum about 3 to give me up to the length and the width I'm looking for. So now we're going to be applying it onto the hat. We call it trimming, so that it will look unique and fine. So for me to do that, all I need to do is to apply my gum. So I'm now going to put it the ribbon for the trimming. So now you start. So now after this, the next thing is the comb. Now we have the comb here. You're now going to put it depending on how you want the hat to face. If you want the hat to face this way, you put your comb. If it is facing this way, you put your comb this way. And if it is facing this other way, you put your comb this way. So let's see how we add that. So you can see, this is where I try to position my own. So you put your thread inside the ending part of the needle device to hook it. You continue. Until you're able to go through. So you can see I'm through with it. So now, remember I said I'm going to show you how to make this. I think that's the last thing I'm going to show you how to do. Then I will put this particular fascinator on top of somebody's head so that you see how beautiful and how fitting it is. So now, I'm just trying to bring out the feathers from the from the one that came. That is how it came. See me pulling it out, trying to like show you, because actually they gathered it and then use a kind of ribbon to stick everything together. If you don't want to pull it, you can gradually lose just the ribbon and everything will fall out. So now I have my feathers here. Like I said, this is a floral wire. The bakers are using this to make their sugar flowers. There are other beautiful things they create with it. So I'm going to use this now. This is actually what I use in making this, because actually the wire is flexible. Anyhow you turn it, it goes that way. So, and now instead of me to go and buy a feather, and I know I have a lot of feathers here, I decided to just use it. And then with this, I can now use my fishing line and be tying them one by one. This is my fishing line. The next thing I'll do, I begin to tie it, just the downside of it on the wire, going down as I'm doing this. When the wire goes down a little bit, I'll now take another one and add. I continue tying. When it goes down a little bit again, I take again and then add. This is exactly what I'll do until I'm able to get the length I'm looking for. If you want it long, if you want it only like this, is okay, you can still use it. But if you don't want it like this and you want it longer, you keep doing the same thing I'm showing you now, and before you know it, you have been able to get a very long feather for yourself. That is how I got all the feather attached to the wire and made it round. That is how did I make it round. I begin to like fold it, begin to bend it, just to give me the particular shape I'm looking for. Is this not wonderful? So let me stop at this point. I believe with this little one, you have been able to know how you can make a long feather for your designs. You just knot it. Another thing you can do, you can use your gum and begin to add it, but be careful, because once gum touches the sides, it will just gum together, and the beauty, this flying beauty, will no longer be there. So now the next thing I'm going to do is to wear this cap on the head of somebody while you see how beautiful the cap and the hand fan I showed you how I made, how beautiful they are. You can see how beautiful the Fascinator is. You can see that. Is this not beautiful? Now look at her with a hand fan. You can see with a hand fan. You can see that it goes very well. Okay, please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, endeavor to do that. And please give me a thumb up. Remember, whatever question you have, drop it on that question box. I will answer you all of them. Thank you. Bye.